Here is the list of top 10 highest grossing movies of all time worldwide. Furious 7 is at the 10th spot. Released in 2015, it made $1.5 billion in the global box office. It revolves around Dominic and his family who are caught in a quagmire when Shaw's brother seeks bloody revenge. They must not only deal with their enemy but also save a crucial program from falling into the wrong hands. Marvel's The Avengers, released in 2012, is at the 9th spot, making $1.518 billion in the global box office. The story revolves around Loki, the adopted brother of Thor, who teams up with Giaturi army and uses the Trisect's power to travel from Asgard to Midgard to plot the invasion of Earth and become a king. The director of the agency S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, sets in motion Project Avengers, joining the Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye to save the world from the powerful Loki and the alien invasion. The Lion King, released in 2019, is at the 8th spot, making $1.66 billion in the global box office. It is the story of Simba, a young lion prince who flees his kingdom after the murder of his father. Years later, he encounters with Nala, a lioness, which brought him to his original land, causes him to return and take back what is rightfully his. At the 7th spot, Jurassic World, released in 2015, it made $1.671 billion in the global box office. The story revolves around a theme park showcasing genetically engineered dinosaurs. It turns into a nightmare for its tourists when one of the dinosaurs escapes its enclosure. An ex-military animal expert steps up to save the day. At the 6th spot, Spider-Man No Way Homecoming, released in 2021, it made $1.9 billion in the global box office. It is a story of Peter Parker, whose secret identity is revealed to the entire world. Desperate for help, Peter turns to Doctor Strange to make the world forget that he's Spider-Man. The spell goes horribly wrong and shatters the multiverse, bringing in monstrous villains that could destroy the world. Avengers Infinity War, released in 2018, is at the 5th spot. It made $2.048 billion in the global box office. The story starts as the Avengers and their allies have continued to protect the world from the threats too large for any one hero to handle. A new danger has emerged from the cosmic shadows, Thanos. His goal is to collect all 6 Infinity Stones, artifacts of unimaginable power, and use them to inflict his twisted will on all of reality. Everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. The fate of Earth and existence has never been more uncertain. Next up is Star Wars The Force Awakens, released in 2015 at the 4th spot. It made $2.068 billion in the global box office. The story sets 30 years after the defeat of Darth Vader and the Empire. Rey, a scavenger from the planet Jakku, finds B-8 droid that knows the whereabouts of the long-lost Luke Skywalker. Rey, as well as a rogue stormtrooper and 2 smugglers, are thrown into the middle of a battle between the Resistance and the daunting legions of the First Order. Titanic is at the 3rd spot. Released in 1997, it earned $2.187 billion in the global box office. Directed by James Cameron, it is the story of an old woman, Rose, who is narrating the story to her granddaughter Lizzie about her life set in April 10, 1912. On a ship Titanic, when young Rose boards the departing ship with the upper-class passengers with her mother and her fiancé. Meanwhile, a drifter and artist named Jack Dawson and his best friend Fabrizio won third-class tickets to the ship in a game, and she explains the whole story from departure until the disaster of Titanic on its first and last voyage, April 15th, 1912 at 2 a.m. in the morning. Avengers Endgame, released in 2019, is at the 2nd spot. It made $2.797 billion in the global box office. Directed by Joe Russo and Anthony Russo, its story sets after the devastating events of Avengers Infinity War 2018. The universe is in ruins due to the efforts of the Mad Titan Thanos. With the help of remaining allies, the Avengers must assemble once more in order to undo Thanos' actions and undo the chaos in the universe. Avatar, released in 2009, is at the 1st spot. It made $2.85 billion in the global box office. Directed by James Cameron, it is a 2009 American epic science fiction film directed and written by James Cameron. Based on a Marine, after his brother is killed in a robbery, he decides to take his place in a mission on the distant world of Pandora. There he learns of greedy corporate figurehead Parker's intention of driving off the native humanoid Navisi in order to mine for the precious materials scattered throughout their rich woodland. In exchange for the spinal surgery that will fix his legs, Jake gathers knowledge of the indigenous race and their culture for the cooperating military unit spearheaded by Gang Hu, while simultaneously attempting to infiltrate Now we see people with the use of an avatar identity, while Jake begins to bond with the native tribe and quickly falls in love with native beautiful alien Naya 3. The restless Connell moves forward with the ruthless extermination tactics, forcing the soldiers to take a stand and fight back in an epic battle for the fate of Pandora.